stood the test of time, from the original Turkey masons to the classic colonial era to now. Today, the art of masonry has seen a decline thanks to the rise of the interlocking manufactured stone pavers sweeping the market. In this video, we will discuss the diverse applications of brick to the landscape. Through these examples, you will experience the texture and aesthetic that brick lends to any project. To visit was a high-end residential home with a variety of brickwork techniques and applications. While the material the masons were using was not specifically brick, we were assured by the contractors on site that the techniques that were being applied related directly to bricklaying. On the site, pavers were used for accents and details to pavement, seating walls, retaining walls, fire pits, and stairs. On site, for brick application, it is very important to properly prep your site. A proper slope to allow drainage and compacted bases are key to successful pavement.
The main tools that are used in brick masonry are trowels, a chisel, a hammer, a joint square, a mason's level, and a straight edge. A mason's level is used when establishing vertical or plumb lines and level lines. They are usually typically made of wood, metal, or a combination of the two. They come equipped with either single or double vials. The latter is preferred by more masons since they can be used for both horizontal and vertical measurements. Finally, straight edges act as extensors to mason's levels. They are used when levels are shorter than the area that needs to be measured or assessed. Masonry tools are as important as the skill of the mason. The most common materials used in brick production and installation are clay and shale, type N, S, and M mortar, grout, and steel reinforcements.
For any brick application, a compact subgrade is necessary, which entails removing the first 8 inches of loam and topsoil. Next, a compact aggregate base is laid. The aggregate is compacted every 2 inches for the most efficient usage. The depth of your aggregate depends on the usage of the site. For residential, a 6-inch aggregate base is sufficient. Next, in this particular application on site, an inch of sand is laid and compacted before the pavers are dropped into place. For each of these layers, it is key to have a level surface. Once the pavers are laid, a layer of sand or polysand is swept over and to fill the joints between the pavers, and is compacted one more time. Brick pavement can be paired and accented with contrasting stone or additional brick patterns. The variety of sizes, colors, and textures to brick creates a visual interest on site.
When constructing a brick city wall, you must first lay out and excavate the area. At least half the depth of the wall's first course must be buried for stability, so you must dig a trench before staking the pieces. Make sure to allow at least 1 inch on either side of the blocks, which will be backfilled to keep the wall from tilting as the ground settles. Once laid out, a level line acts as a reference point against which to check the depth of the trench. Using bricks placed at 2 ends of the wall as a guide, map out the width and shape of the trench. Add at least 1 inch on either side of the stones and drive the stakes at each end. Next, string a line level on a mason's line and stretch it between the stakes. To keep the string from shifting, notch each stake and hook the string in the notches rather than tying it. That way you can unhook the string and resecure as needed when digging. Using a spade and starting at the low point of any slope, dig at least 6 inches deep or until the loamy topsoil layer is met. Measure off the level line to keep the base of the trench level as you excavate the area. Apply compact and level 4 inches of crushed gravel. Then shovel 1 inch of sand, stone dust into the trench over the gravel and compact and level it. Next, lay the brick and mortar, ensuring each brick is evenly spaced and leveled. Once the proper height is achieved, add the capstone with a layer of mortar. Finally, backfill the gaps to ensure that the wall does not shift.
The installation of chimneys. The first step that must be done is with footing. The footing must be able to withstand the weight of the chimney. The second step is to lay down the flue bricks, which withstand high temperatures. Next step is to lay the bricks on top of each other and use mortar to build the wall of the chimney. Periodically, you must make sure it is level before the mortar dries. Step 5 is to lay flube tiles simultaneously and use mortar to seal them together. Final step is to make sure the chimney cap, when placed, has enough space, enough slope to allow water to run off, reducing moisture from entering.
Now you can see, with the proper construction technique, you can customize any landscape with brick.